Witnessing.
How many people do you have to have?
So I could quietly sneak out
Just 3.
after I turn on you guys. So,
Oh.
when you're ready.
Okay, did you pan around?
Oh, you want me to do that first?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do that first.
1, 2, 3. And someone holding the camera. That means 4.
Hello, I'm Officer Wolf, and today I will be giving a speech on why I do not think that, or why the legalization of recreational marijuana has its negatives. Besides just the legalization of medical marijuana having some upsides, there are negatives to legalizing recreational marijuana. Well, how many of you watched the election this year? It was pretty intense, right? Pretty intense election. Well, did you know there was more on the ballot than just Hillary and Trump and all the other non-big party candidates? And actually 7 states actually legalized marijuana to some form or another. Arizona was the one who lost because they were trying to pass recreational marijuana, but it didn't pass. They were the only loss for that Tuesday. The hazards behind the high. The Journal of Family Practice did a study, and where they did a study on ways that recreational marijuana has its negatives. One of the things that they put in their study was that there's actually a lower quality of life. Regular non-medical cannabis use is associated with a lower quality of life and poorer socioeconomic outcomes. Also during the study, they noticed that young adults who increase their use of the drug are more likely to find themselves on an increasing obesity trajectory, which means that obviously for the younger adults, they've got an obese problem with those that are smoking cannabis in one way or another. Another thing that they found in their study was that cannabis use can pose a risk to fetus. Okay, who wouldn't have figured that? I think that would have been known ahead of time. I mean, it is a drug. Every drug out there has some form of negative impact on a fetus. Another one was the cognitive effects of cannabis are a concern. The general nervous system is not fully developed until the age of 18, and then it's not actually completed until the age of 25. So go figure that if you have younger adults who are smoking weed, their cognitive functions aren't going to fully develop if they're smoking marijuana. Another thing that they noticed in their research was the mood benefit is actually, we've all heard people say, oh, well, I get high to relax, or I get high to calm down. Well, that's actually scientifically not accurate, which I thought was kind of interesting. Moving on to one thing that when they passed the legalization or recreational use in Colorado, they predicted that there would be some crime rate, but if you look in the news media today, a lot of the news sources will say, well, no, actually crime has decreased. Well, they're actually doing the statistics in a way that benefits them. Crime is tracked through 2 reporting mechanisms. One that we are familiar with is NIBRS, and then another one is the UCR, which is the FBI Uniform Crime Reports. What they do is they tweak both of these systems in a way that will benefit them and to make it look like crime rates are actually rising. When in reality, the Denver police statistics show that summing across all crime types, which is about 35 in all, the crime rate is almost 7% compared with the same period last year. Increasingly, crime rates as public drunkenness are up 237%, and drug violations are up 20%. But what are some other impacts the Colorado legalization has actually caused in the state? Traffic deaths are actually, have increased by 154%, from 37 fatalities with drivers testing positive for marijuana in 2006 to 94 in 2014. Other states with legalized marijuana have also seen similar trends in marijuana-related traffic fatalities. In 2016, the American Automobile Association conducted an analysis on Washington's marijuana-related fatalities and found that around twice as many fatal crash-involved drivers had THC in their systems in 2004 compared with previous years. But that's not the only thing. Hospital visits have actually increased 77% from 2011 to 2014. And then we get to children, because with legalization, it's more, children can get the drug easier than before when it was illegal. So the school suspensions have actually increased 40% from 2008 to 2009 to 2013 to 2014. And then marijuana use in juveniles has increased from 12.57% of use between ages 12 to 17 from 2013 to 2014 compared to 7.6% to 2005 to 2006. Now, we all know that there are benefits to medical marijuana use in different illnesses such as seizures, and then there's been studies shown for PTSD victims. They show it's a better treatment, better form of treatment than a lot of PTSD people who were on between 10 to 30 different medications for this illness. But although medical marijuana is a good law to pass, the recreational marijuana law does not come without its negatives. And it goes with any other drug. But with marijuana, there hasn't been any long-term studies reaching years, decades. So that's something that we're continuously studying right now, is the long-term effects of marijuana for those that use it recreationally.